Hello and welcome back to my channel, Cards by Melissa Minor. Today I'm playing along with some scrappy friends for the Mixed Media Mayhem. So I will have a playlist at the end of this video where you can see all of my Crafty Friends videos as well, so be sure to check them out. Now the theme for Mixed Media Mayhem today is blue, black, and gold. And so what I'm doing is I'm going to start with some blue different shimmers paints here for the background. So I do have a sheet of cardstock that I have put some clear gesso on to prep my page. And then I'm spraying on the colors of Cold as Ice and Blue Jeans. These are both Vibez sprays. And if you're not familiar with Vibez, they are shimmer sprays. So they add just a little bit of shimmer to your page. Now, I did roll the color off thinking I was soaking up a little paint, and I got a little too much color off. So I'm going to go back in and add another layer of paint, a little bit more water, and blend this out. So I'm using those same colors, Cold as Ice and Blue Jeans. I think the color names of the shimmers paints are so fun. They're almost as much fun as painting, don't you think? So I'm just going to continue to blend this out until I get the desired look that I'm wanting. Now I am going to be working with a cut file today, so I'll bring that in just a moment. There it is. Enjoy the view. So this is my first month subscribing to the Peartree Cutfiles Pearscription. And with the Pearscription, you can either get a digital subscription or you can get a physical subscription where they physically mail you the prints. It's called a pre-cut. And so I have the pre-cut, and it is so easy. The only thing I needed to do was just back my cut file. So I did back my cut file with some 49 and Market Wherever paper. It's from the Wherever 12x12 collection pack. And so the Enjoy the View, what I backed it with is bringing in the gold to meet the requirements for the Mixed Media Mayhem. So you'll see here I'm just taking some water and those same two colors that I'm working with, Cold as Ice and Blue Jeans, and I'm just adding a few random splatters just around the edge of the background that I've created. Now I am going to add some pictures along the bottom, and so I didn't worry about getting much color at the bottom at all. And here I'm going in and just adding some larger dots here, some larger splatters. So let me go in just one more time here until I get the desired color I want. Now I am going to be bringing in some Distress Grit Paste. This is a Ranger, a Tim Holtz Distress Grit Paste. This is opaque. And then I am using this Tim Holtz stencil, and it is called Dot Fade. And so what I want to do with this is just add another layer of texture to my page, and I really like the way that this grit paste looks. Now before I added this grit paste off camera, I did go in with my heat tool and just made sure that all my paint was dried up so that I could layer this paste over top. Now, just like when I do embellishment clusters, I like to do things in threes. And so I added one little layer of grit paste in the upper right-hand corner. I've got one now in the lower left-hand corner. And now I'm going to go in and add another one up top here, just a small one. And then I'm going to layer my cut file directly over the top of this. Now before I do that, I will go in off camera and use my heat tool and just set that. So here's my cut file. Enjoy the view, and I love it. Like I said, this was in my July Pearscription pre-cut file that was mailed directly to my door. So how cool is that? And then I'm using a little bit of foam here. This is from scrapbook.com, and this is the foam adhesive strips in 1/8 inch wide. So I like to use this 1/8 for shakers, but it's also good for putting on the back of these letters. So I've peeled the release paper, and I'm just going to lay it here on my background that I've created, and I love the way that looks. Perfect. All right, so I'm going to bring in some photos now. These are the photos that I want to scrapbook. My boyfriend Dale and I just went to Galena, Illinois, and this was called Thunder Bay Falls. And I have them backed. I printed them with the white already. I print them at home on my PictureMate AS400. and I backed them with some black and distressed the edges, but I think that by adding another little piece from the Wherever 12 by 12 collection pack from 49 and Market, I think that's just really going to bring that pop of gold back down to the bottom of the page. So I'm going to add just a little bit more glue. I did use some tape runner, but now I'm going in with some Artiste craft glue just to make sure that my photos are going to stay adhered down to the page. Sometimes when you have a lot of mixed media like this, you do need to mix your adhesives, and so I recommend using both a tape adhesive and some wet adhesive. All right, so I'm bringing in some embellishments, and I have picked a few of these out. Again, I'm using the 49 and Market Wherever collection. Some of these pieces are from the laser cut elements, like those leaves are from the laser cut elements. And then the little camera and the Let's Go, that is from the Wherever chipboard bits. So I'm going to mix and match both the chipboard and the laser cut elements to just make an embellishment cluster. So I'm trying to get that little stem lined up here, and I want this kind of tucked underneath the title. And then I love this little camera, and I think that's perfect for going along with the title, and it was just a really good picture moment. So I went ahead and glued that down off camera, and now I want to start working on another embellishment cluster down here to really just dry your eye across the page. So I love these flowers, and that's going to bring in my blue element. I've got some more gold that I'm bringing in, and I'm auditioning some other pieces. I love this little bow. On the 49 and Market laser cut elements, they always have these cute little bows, and so I think they're adorable. And then I have this little word strip, sentiment strip here that says, "Say yes to adventure." And so I know I want that. Now, since I use leaves in the upper right-hand corner, I really want to add some leaves down here to this embellishment cluster so that it's cohesive. And then I think this tag is just a little too tall, so I am going to end up cutting this with my scissors just so that I'm not wasting it. I can use what's tucked behind my photo on another layout. So I did do some of that gluing off camera, and I'm going to bring back in those little foam adhesive strips. That 1/8 inch wide just works perfect for these little chipboard pieces. So they're just, it's tiny enough. And I do go ahead and add just a little bit more glue to make sure that those stay. Now, any products that I've used today, I will leave link down below in the description box. And I really appreciate when you shop my links, as that does help support me and my YouTube channel. All right, so I like the idea of adding a little star to each of my embellishment clusters. So I added a little star in the upper right, and that has like a map print on it, which I love. And so I know I want to add one down here to this lower embellishment cluster. So I'm going to try a few different stars. And I like to kind of overlap my photos and tuck things behind. And so I think I want to go ahead and add the little heart on top of my photo. Now I have this ticket pulled out, and I really want to use this ticket, but I already have all of these items glued down. So I'm trying to figure out how I can get this ticket in here. And so I do end up off camera cutting the ticket, and you'll see me put it down in that lower left embellishment cluster. I'm still trying to figure out here where I want that to go, but its final home will be right underneath that "Say Yes to Adventure" word strip. Okay, so I love the way this is looking, and we had so much fun at these falls. It was just more of, it's kind of unusual, you would think, in Illinois to see falls. And so we did a lot of things in Galena. I have a ton of photos to scrapbook, so I'm super excited. We just got home from our trip today, and I was so excited. I'm like, I got my Pearscription in the mail, and I had to rip open the box and start crafting right away. I have so many things I need to be doing, but I was so inspired when I saw this Pearscription file that I had to start creating right away. So there's a couple, there's another word strip that I want to add. I want to have like a little small third embellishment cluster. So underneath this middle photo here, I'm adding a little word strip that says Wander More. And again, I'm adding a little bit of those foam adhesive strips just to pop that up. This page has lots of texture, lots of dimension, and I really just think there's a lot of things to draw your eye around the page. So I'm going to add another heart just so that my 3 embellishment clusters will all tie in together. So I've got the heart in the upper right, a heart in the lower left, and now I'm going to have this cute little heart that looks like it's on map paper down here in this 3rd embellishment cluster to finish that off. Now you'll notice in my stack and sort trays, I do still have that ticket, and I can't figure out where I want that, so I did set it aside. I think I want to add another word sentiment strip here, and this one says, "Let's see the world." So there are so many good usable little word strips in this wherever chipboard bits, and so I think these are perfect to put on your page. So I'm going to add this one up here right under the let's go. So now it says, let's go, let's see the world. And so here's this ticket just trying to come onto the page. Like, I know I want to use this ticket somewhere. So I had a lot of fun, but it stumped me a little bit trying to figure out where I was going to incorporate it. I auditioned it pretty much everywhere on this page that you could think of. So, it's so funny. I'm trying to put it everywhere. So I set it aside to think about it. And now you can see it did make it to the page under Say Yes to Adventure. So yay, the ticket found a home. All right, I am going to finish this layout, excuse me. I'm going to finish it off by adding some color splash in the color of Gold Digger. Now, Color Splash, it's a glossy acrylic spray, and it is perfect for adding splatters to your page. And so I just put a little bit of water and some of the spray on an acrylic block, and I'm gonna tap this all around the page. So I did cover up my photos just to make sure that I don't get any splatter on my beautiful photos. So I'm gonna continue splattering this. Now my layout is almost complete, and this white piece is an 11.5 by 11.5. And so I did gut a piece of 12 by 12 black cardstock, and I'm going to mat it on some black cardstock. One last thing before I do that, I'm adding the date, and this was from July 21st, 2024. So here is a look at my final layout. I love the way that this has turned out. I have used the mixed media in the blue, the black, and the gold. So if you've enjoyed this video, please hit that thumbs up button. If you're new here, I hope you'll subscribe and come back. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video. I will have still shots over on my Instagram and Facebook page, and also at the end of this video. Bye!